Your Midco Sports Network game recap from Frost Arena in Brookings, where in women's basketball, South Dakota has just defeated South Dakota State 63-58. It's the first win for USD's women in this building since 1990.
What were you doing in 1990? That's a long time ago.
I was going to school here.
Yeah, well, congratulations to USD. I mean, they played a great game. They deserved to win this game. They had to go and earn it, and they did it with the defense, which isn't something that has carried them much this year. It's usually been an offensive performance that's really propelled USD, but today it was their D, specifically turning South Dakota State over 19 times.
Game was tied at the end of a quarter. Macy Miller got South Dakota State going, 5 in the first quarter, 5 more in the second. For the super sophomore for South Dakota State, again tied at 15 at the end of the first quarter. Miller with a 3 here, and South Dakota State went on a big run in the second quarter and gained the lead 32-25. Their largest lead of the first half came at halftime. Maddie Giebert with a 2 and then a 3 shortly after that, part of that 14-2 run for the Jackrabbits.
That was a big run for South Dakota State. That's the first time they kind of looked like they were seizing control of the game. Kelly
Stewart kind of maintained for South Dakota in that first half. She led them in scoring with 6 in the first half, hit a 3 there, and then got loose behind the Jackrabbit pressure for 2 here. So Stewart with 6, kind of keeping them in it. It was a 32-25 South Dakota State lead at halftime. Miller picking it up again in the second half. Nice save there by Giebert. At 20 on the afternoon for Macy Miller.
Well, Miller did everything she could to try to keep her team in it, get baskets like that, got herself to the foul line where she made all 5 of her free throws.
Kate Liveringhouse came off the bench. She is a sophomore, as Margaret McLeod was in foul trouble most of the afternoon for the Coyotes. Seacamp dropping it off for Liveringhouse there. Liveringhouse with 7 points in a big role coming off the bench for the Coyotes. And then it was Nicole Seacamp, the senior from Australia. Late bucket here. And then you'll see the 3 here with the game tied at 58. Seacamp, shot clock winded down, game clock winded down. A 3 to put South Dakota in the lead. She has 2 more free throws, scores the last 5 points of the game, and the Coyotes win it 63-58.
What a performance by Seacamp, especially in the second half, Tom, where she had 19 of those points and hit obviously the big shot at the end to give her team the lead.
All right, if there was any doubt that the Coyote women were going to give South Dakota State a run for it this year, South Dakota State picked as the Summit League favorite. USD answered that question today.
They did, and this is a big win going forward because they've got one now over South Dakota State. There's not going to be a lot of other teams you figure probably coming into Frost Arena and coming out of here with a win. So a plus for USD. And if they can get South Dakota State again in Vermillion, then you got the tiebreaker over South Dakota State. Should it come down to that, maybe for that #1 seed, we'll see.
Yep, they'll face each other again in the regular season in the Summit League. Most likely, maybe we'll see at the Summit League tournament in March. But South Dakota wins it here today, 63-58 over South Dakota State.